Micah Parsons hasn't been practicing during training camp because of back tightness. He reportedly was getting treatment during Thursday's practice. He wasn't spotted. There was some concern. Micah's not around. Jerry's not around. What's going on? Micah reportedly getting treatment on his back. He had been present on the field for every practice before yesterday. And look, I don't know that this means it's a real back injury. This just may be the next step in laying the foundation for the 1-10, will the hold-in last into the regular season? I think the game in Dallas, the Cowboys are going to call his bluff and see if he really will go through with it and not play football. And we'll find out if week 1 rolls around. They haven't given him a new contract. He's due to make $24 million this year. Will he not play under that amount and deprive himself of the thing he loves? That's a question. Fans go through this all the time. I'm not watching my team this year. Are you going to deprive yourself of the thing you love? Are you really going to do that? We'll find out. And we'll find out if Micah Parsons is willing to do that coming up in a few weeks. 4 weeks, 3 weeks and 6 days. The season starts. It's amazing how soon it's going to be here. It's 3 weeks and 6 days away. The Thursday night opener, NBC and Peacock, Cowboys at the Eagles. That's when we'll find out if Micah Parsons is going to play.
So will he deprive himself, Mike, of the thing that he loves, the game, and just performing at a high level? And will Jerry Jones deprive himself of the thing that he loves, which is watching Micah Parsons perform and watching the Cowboys win? So it goes, okay, who's going to give in first? But you know what I would give it, Mike? 1 to 10? I'm going to say this is probably a 6.5. And not because of, hey, what Micah's demands are and what Jerry wants to pay. I think this is a philosophical difference. It's almost like going to somebody and they say, hey, I only listen to music on vinyl. That's the only way to listen to music. And you say, well, there's this thing called Spotify. There's this Apple Music, and you can listen to all of your music, all of your favorite music, your classic rock, your jazz, but it's there. It's digital. No. This is the way to listen to music. I think Jerry Jones has taken that stance when it comes to negotiating. No, this is the way I do it. I look a guy in the eye. I shake his hand. And then the deal is done. Okay, that's how you've done it, but that's not the way it should be done in 2025. And I think he is just, if he gives in his mind, he thinks, well, there goes his whole business philosophy, and I can't change that. And Mike is going to have to change because I got more money than he does. And I've got deeper resources. I got deeper pockets, and he's going to have to bend to my will. I'm not going to bend to his. So I think it's like a 6.5. It's like a cultural difference right now, a philosophical difference between these two.
I believe everything that you're saying, and I also believe that the Cowboys would love nothing more than to kick this can to next year because the market is not going to change between now and March. 41 is still going to be the highest paid non-quarterback because there's nobody else. Unless Aiden Hutchinson gets a deal between now and then, and what would it be, 41-1, 41-2? There's not going to be a massive change in the market. So if they can get him to carry the injury risk this year, that's a win for the Cowboys. Even if he doesn't get injured, the idea that because if you do it 100 times, one of those times it's going to work out to your benefit. And that's the way a team has to look at it. For the player, it's just me. I have limited opportunities to do this. For the team, it's all the time. And if we have a standard practice of trying to keep the injury risk on the players as long as possible, we win over the long haul. Because the one time lightning strikes, it's going to be Rashawn Slater without his contract, not Rashawn Slater with his contract that has us on the hook. I think that's the game they're trying to play. There's another thing, too, to keep in mind here. Someone that I know who's not in the football business but is a football fan and is in the media, TV, film side of things. There's that documentary coming out about Jerry Jones on August the 19th. And the Hollywood premiere apparently is coming up on Monday night. Today's the 8th. Yeah, Monday the 11th is the Hollywood premiere. Someone told me a week or so ago, just watch the 11th. Just watch August 11th. And I say that because our friend Sean Sharif of 105.3 The Fan in Dallas, the Cowboys flagship station, he's suggesting that there was a meeting between Jerry and Micah yesterday for multiple hours. And maybe Jerry's realizing this is the perfect time to land the plane. We've got this big premiere of this All About Jerry Netflix series, maximum attention, deal with Micah, like all these things happening all at the same time, because we know at the end of the day that Jerry wants the most possible attention and discussion of his team, Michael.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's more Cowboys content. So Cowboys content off the field with the owner, general manager, and then at that same time, as all eyes are on the Cowboys. And by the way, look what I've done. Look how much I care about winning. I've signed Micah Parsons to a lucrative contract. He's going to be paid like the best pass rushers in football. But I wonder, Mike, do you wonder if something else is going on with the Cowboys? Because if I look at it, if you just look at it on its surface, it's like, okay, they agreed to a contract. Micah says, let me talk to my agents. And Jerry says, no, we had a deal. That seems like a very simple disagreement. That I feel like I could fix that in 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Okay. Hey, Jerry, you don't want to call my agent? How about I call you when my agent is with me, and then you weren't the one who initiated the call, but here's my agent. Okay, I'll step away now. But when Parsons says, I no longer want to be here, that seems like more than rhetoric, more than just your normal trade request. I wonder if is something going on behind the scenes that we're just not thinking about?
I think it's as simple as the Cowboys believe, and there's always like a Seinfeld reference to make for any situation that comes up in life. It's kind of like the miscommunication that resulted in Jerry committing to wearing the puffy shirt on the Today Show with Bryant Gumbel. Like, and I don't know that there was any low talking going on, but I think that Jerry viewed the conversation with Micah one way, i.e. he's agreed to a deal. Micah viewed it a different way. You know, I'm just nodding along because I don't know what else to say to this guy as he keeps talking and talking and talking. I'm not even sure what the hell he was saying. I'm not sure what I've agreed to. I didn't agree to anything. I just nodded. And then the next thing you know, they want to reduce that to writing and make that the deal. And it's like, I never agreed to that. Call my agent to work out my contract. I think it's that simple. And it's a basic stubbornness by Jerry Jones. Like you said, he wants to listen to his music on vinyl. Period. This is how I bought the Cowboys. I've been doing this forever, even though it's a violation of the CBA. I deal directly with the players. And I think it's that simple. They want him to either take that deal or play for $24 million this year so they can kick the can to next year and keep the injury risk on him in 2025. I think it's that simple. All right. Well,
so if it's
see
what
happens.
Simple,
We'll see
if it's that. Just well, I'll just ask you really quickly. I know we got to go to break. If you think it's that simple, do you think it's window dressing from Micah Parsons? Excuse me, when he says, "I no longer want to be a part of the Star. I had great moments here. I'm done." Is that because other guys have said that and signed deals? Do you think that's just window dressing?
Well, I look at it this way, Michael. The day after he posted that, Jerry Jones basically said, that's just negotiating, just like his hurt back. And when Micah doesn't respond quickly and loudly and say, no, you misunderstand me, Jerry. I'm done. I'm done with you. I feel like, we've gone 6 days. I feel like if he was truly serious about getting out, we would have seen something more once the ball was put back in his court. Once the guy calls BS on your desire to leave, I think it falls back to you. When you've made the public request to leave, it falls back to you to publicly say, it's not BS. I want out. And he hasn't done it yet. Maybe he still will. We'll see. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.